everybody, it's me, Fingers, from the STEM Outreach Center at New Mexico State University, back again with our trusty, free printable STEM Eats, a 5 or less ingredient recipe workbook that you can print or download at stem.nmsu.edu. These simple recipes can be created at home with friends and family. They are easy, fun, and delicious. Let's get started with today's recipe. Today's recipe is candied fruit. Candied fruit is also called tang hulu in Chinese. Can you say tang hulu? Tang hulu. Tang hulu in Chinese means candied, and candied fruit is a great way to repurpose your fruit that has been laying around the house for a while and is starting to get very ripe or a little mushy, and create it into a really delicious dessert that only takes 2 simple ingredients. The 2 simple ingredients you are going to need to create your tang hulu today are going to be a variety of fruit of your choosing. Any type that you have at your house is perfectly fine. Here I have some strawberries that have been sitting in the pantry for a few weeks. They're getting very ripe and it's time to use them up before they go bad. The second ingredient you are going to need is sugar. We will be using white sugar. This is the best sugar to use for melting, so make sure that it is white granulated sugar. And we will be needing 2 cups of this sugar, so make sure you have a measuring cup that you can measure 2 cups of sugar in. Now, this is a 2 ingredient recipe, but we are going to allow ourselves to have a free ingredient for this particular recipe, and that is going to be water. You are going to need a little bit of water in order to create this recipe. You will be needing 1 1/3 cups of water, and we'll call that the free ingredient because water is not an ingredient you need to go out and purchase. Should be able to use your water from your sink or your tap. That's just fine. Let's get started making our tang hulu. Okay, you guys, let's get started with making our tang hulu. The first thing we're going to need is 1 1/3 cups of water. Remember, that's our free ingredient. I got this water from the tap. Delicious. I'm going to pour this into a saucepan on the stove. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and turn my stove on to medium heat. If you have an electric stove, that's usually number 5. And remember, kids, that you cannot be using the stove by yourselves, okay? You must have parent help and parent permission. Safety first. So, you got your 1 1/3 cups of water in your pan. It's going to start warming up. To that, we're going to add our 2 cups of sugar. Ready? Cup number 1. And cup number 2. That is a whole lot of sugar. But we need a lot of sugar to create something called a simple syrup, which is what we're about to do today. The mixture of sugar and water boiling is going to create a heavy, syrupy coating that is going to make our fruit nice and crunchy and sweet. All right, so now that we have our mixture, we're going to use this whisk. You can also use a fork if that's available, or a spoon. I'm going to use this whisk and I'm going to start to mix the sugar with the water, and I'm going to continuously slowly stir this. As the water heats up, the sugar will melt into it and create a syrup. This is going to take a few minutes, so I'm going to continue doing this, and when we come back, you guys can see the finished product of the syrup. Okay, you guys, it's been about 5 minutes, and our syrup is starting to boil. Woo! Take a look at that. Bubble, bubble. Toiling trouble. Getting crazy in there. We'll be back in a few more minutes when the syrup is ready. See you then. Okay guys, as you can see, we've reached the boiling point for our mixture for our glaze, and so we're going to take it off the heat, and we are ready now to dip our fruit. We went ahead and shortened the sticks a little bit on this, but you can use a longer skewer for yourself. That way you make sure that you don't accidentally burn yourself. And remember that we always do all of this with a parent or guardian to help us to make sure that we don't hurt ourselves. So it's very, very important. Now, I'm starting to dip into the glaze, and as you can see, we're getting this really nice glossy color. It's the glaze is a little bit golden colored. If you don't have a candy thermometer, that's what you're looking for, a nice golden brown to develop. Your mixture has to get very hot, so 260 degrees is very, very hot. So you're looking for a glaze that's sort of the color of ginger ale, the soda. So you're looking for something like that. And you're going to glaze your strawberries, and we're going to place them onto the sheet. As you can see, they are lovely. They have this really shiny, beautiful sheen that's going to protect them, make them taste sweet and delicious. And so we're going to finish up here, and then we will come back and show you all the finished products. So we'll be right back. Okay, kiddos, we have the final result here on our plate, and it was a success. We have our candied tanghulu. So as you can see, there's this glossy, beautiful coating, and it's crunchy, crunchy, crackly to touch. And they're really fun to make. I really encourage you guys to do this with a parent or guardian. Make sure an adult is with you when you do this activity. You guys will have so much fun together. And I'm really excited. Let's try it and see what it sounds like. Oh my goodness. The cracklings go everywhere, but it's super delicious. Enjoy, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye!